This is Fur Trade ASMR. Switched up the intro a bit there. Did you catch it? It wasn't intentional. Usually I say, it's Fur Trade ASMR. But I threw out the this is. Nice throat clear in the intro. But hey, we're here. What's up? I'll tell you what's up with me. We're going to be filming MTG, Magic the Gathering, Lord of the Rings, Tales of Middle-earth pack for you guys. And it's about, I don't have the time. Oh, wow. Is that true? It's kind of late. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. But it's like totally dark outside. But I guess that's why, I think tonight, the time switches over. I think it goes back. Yeah. So that when it's 7, it'll be 6, and I'll look outside and I'll be like, oh, it's dark outside and it's 6. Yeah, that checks out. But yeah, it's 7 o'clock and it's totally dark outside. Street lamps are still on. Pure silence. I wonder if I should open the door for this video. We want it real quick, crispy. Yeah, I'm doing this one without background music, but there is background sound. I have my fridges that are going to be making noise throughout, and I can hear little mumblings from my neighbors to the floor, but I don't think that will pick up. Anyway, I gotta do more ramble videos, don't I? I seem to have a lot of stuff to say. A lot of nothing to say. So what do you think? Door open, door closed? We'll try door open, it'll be a vibe. We'll try door open. I don't even know if it was raining out. I had a dream that it was raining out. We'll be right back. Listen for the sound of the door opening. I know you're gonna hear it. You guys hear that? Hey, pay attention. Did you hear that? Oh, you'll also hear the little, probably my heating element turning on and off for my coffee machine. Oh God. I opened my door as I told you I would. I literally sat down and then I just hear like voices of like 2 or 3 people talking, walking by, and I was like, come on. But it is 7 a.m. and it looks like it did rain overnight, but it stopped raining, which is good. I have to drive today. Maybe it is not the vibe to have the door open. So we got the cars going by. We'll do a few cards. We'll do about 20 minutes with the door open or something, and then we'll close it. Because, it's about time we get into it. Am I right? So, we're going to be doing 2 packs today. We'll start with that. We'll go from there. We're going to at least do 2 packs. That's what I got open. So, this is our art card. Excuse me. Our art card. So we got Aragorn and I'm guessing, is it Galadriel? Aren't elves supposed to be all blonde? But I guess they flipped the script here, right? Flipped the script. signed version. Although, what is that? What kind of signature is that? There's a small chance on these art cards that you get the signed version. I think this is the second or the third one I've got in all my Magic career. The first one I got was in the first pack I ever opened, and I severely underestimated as a result its rarity and sort of just manhandled it as whatever. So it's kind of scuffed up. And then the second one I think was on a kind of a boring card. This one it's nice, it's sweet, but it's not cool, right? This would be a cool picture. Like imagine if you had like something like this of like your dad and your mom when they were young, like in their 30s or something, assuming they met in their 30s or in their 20s. We have Aragorn with Elven circlet on. Got a little gem there. Facial hair, nice little curls in his hair. Gotta grow out that mane, Aragorn. Gotta grow it out. Again, it looks like elven garb because he got that tree growing on his chest. He's got white gloves and a very sweet pose of, her hands resting on his. It's almost like it was a photo shoot and they're like, alright, pose for the photo. She's got also an elven crown. Her cute little elven ears. Little. Not really little. Elven ears aren't little. Long hair. It looks like the let me get my pointers out. Looks like the crest here is the same as that. If you're wondering, actually. So yeah, that's that card if you take it all the way in. And then we have our second art card. Actually, we'll check what the name is. Yeah, why did I say Galadriel? I don't even know who Galadriel is. It's Arwen at their wedding. Dog, this is a wedding, so yeah, I guess it is definitely for the photos. The wedding, how cute. And it was by Magali Villeneuve, so that's her signature. I see maybe like the V here for Villeneuve. Or the hell is the Magali? So it's like, whew. That's one letter, and then there's like another one. Or maybe it's like that. What's going on, man? Sorry, I don't quite have this set up here, but it's fine. Right? Is it fine? Yeah, it's good enough. Good enough. Alright, so this is my guess is the spider that guards the back way into where even was it? Was it the mines? Was it Mordor? Was it? It was somewhere. I mean, I watched the movies and I didn't really read the books, and that was a long time ago. I like Lord of the Rings, but I'm not like a huge fanboy or anything. But maybe it was Mount Doom that it guards the back way in. this spider has a name. Maybe it starts with an M, or maybe it's like Mother or something. But maybe I'm thinking of World of Warcraft. Maybe it's S, M or S. If her name starts with M or S, I win. We have many skulls of our victims. After all, a spider's gotta eat. It's always easier when your prey comes to you. Try to include some card sounds. I just thought of an idea. Anyway. It can wait. So the spider is pretty good. If you look at the size of a skull, it's like, I guess her head is the size of a skull. But like the body's much bigger than the head, right? Let's count the skulls, shall we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. God just went by. Oh, I lost count. Damn it. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Damn it, another. I'm kidding. I meant to do that. Well, I guess we're not counting it. It's a very bony spider, there's soft hairy spiders. I'm sure there's definitely spindles of hair. Sort of you can see right there on the legs. When I point, I'm sort of pointing with the tip of my nail. Little spindles of hair. But then there's the spikes of chitin. Ooh, guys didn't know that I knew that word, eh? Chitin. Take it all in. Let's see what it is. It's, it was an S. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Shelob, child of Ungoliant. I don't know who Ungoliant is. That must be some badass god tier spider. Art done by Lorenzo Mastioni. Very good. So let's as usual, these cards cannot win the art contest. Because if you're new here, at the end of every video, we're gonna pick the winner. And got a cricket. I don't mind crickets making noise. Wait, maybe that's a bird. Anyway, we're gonna pick a winner, and eventually we're gonna have a huge art showdown, in a big video where they'll battle it out in brackets. Maybe there'll be preliminaries and yeah. So yeah, that'll be fun. Eventually, maybe at our 100 subscriber special. So let's get started. Once again, before the video, I was trying to figure out the deck order again, and I was flipping cards, and not in this one. I think in the next one coming up, I flipped the top one, which was a land, and I think it was shiny, if I'm not mistaken. I was like, oh, I'm doing it the wrong way. So I go to the other side, and it's also shiny, and I'm like, what the hell's going on? So this is a white card. You know how I know? It's because it says White Mountains. White Mountains. Oh wait, maybe it's a black card, the Black Gate. That's jokes. I know it's a black card. It's a swamp because of the dread, the dead, marshes, and Nindal. Mordor, yeah, so I'm guessing that that tunnel was a way into Mordor. The spider tunnel that I was talking about. Cool little map. Helpful for noobs like me. Helpful for noobs like me. What's up with that in the bottom? Oh, my current camera setup is similar to the last time, so like if I zoom too close, like the card like can't go more up than this. Hopefully that's not too loud. Anyway. So it's a bird horror. Interesting. When Dunland's creepy and enters the battlefield, amass orcs to put 2+1 on any army you control. Visit orc. It's also an orc. If you don't control an army, create a 0/0 black orc army token first. Okay. I mean, that's pretty good. What's it cost? 3. It looks very inky. Were there ink bats in the lore? I don't think so. I guess magic. I don't know if you remembered the first video we did on Lord of the Rings. I wasn't impressed with the art quality, so sorry if I'm a bit pessimistic. I'm a bit jaded. Maybe it's because I don't have the passion for the world. So we got a few birds here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 birds. And we got the silhouette of a tower. The silhouette of a tower right in the back there. Don't worry, guys, it's just a comment. We can scrap this. I'm gonna rip it. Just kidding. I'm not a madman, but I will give a little scritches. Anyone that I recall that we've already done, I'm gonna go through more quickly, more rapidly. We've gotten this one in the first one twice. So this is Fog on the Barrows Downs. Frodo walking through the graveyard. Morgul. Knife wound. What is a Morgul? Enchanted creature. Enchanted creature gets... Wait. Sorry, I didn't read the quote on this one. My bad. Sorry, guys. We're getting back into it. It's the Dunland Creebane. And what's that, Strider? I'm trying to do the voice of Sam. What's that, Strider? You don't look like a cloud. Sam. I guess we could read this, but we already read it. Gold hand, and heart and bone, and gold me sleep under stone, never more to wake on a stony bed, never to the the ring wraiths. Because all I know is he got stabbed by one of those. So what is it? Enchanted creature gets -3, -0, and has at the beginning of your upkeep, exile this creature unless you pay 2 life. Yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty good spell. I think it's pretty good anyway. Because we got the point of impact and it's spreading out up his cheek, all over him. You can see he's sort of clawing at his skin. You can see where his fingers are pressed in, but it's too painful to touch. Bewitching Leechcraft. Ew. Gross. What the frick? Enchant creature. When Bewitching Leechcraft enters the battlefield, tap enchanted creature. Enchanted creature has, if this creature would untap during your untap step, remove a +1/+1 counter from it instead. If you do, untap it, otherwise it doesn't untap. This seems way too niche to be any good. So this is, I guess, like worm. It's like worm blood. And this would be like the king of wherever it was. And I guess he's just doing like fucked up shit. Putting leeches on him. Gross. Looks like he has like chopsticks or something. I can't remember who like was Worm Tongue influenced by the Dark Lord. This guy's just like depressed, in pain. Maybe Worm Tongue convinced him that this was helping him. Gross. Gandalf's Sanction. Multicolored card with a POV shot. There was a crack, and the staff split asunder in Saruman's hand. Oh wait, oh, so that's Saruman, and that'll be Gandalf. There was a crack, and the staff split asunder in Saruman's hand, and the head of it fell down at Gandalf's feet. Gandalf's Sanction deals X damage to target creature, where X is the number of instant and sorcery cards in your graveyard. Excess damage is dealt to that creature's controller instead. I mean, it's fine, I guess. It's fine, I guess. So it looks like Saruman's on some balcony, and he's casting fucked up shit. I guess it's like casting. Casting towards Gandalf. Or maybe it's the opposite. Maybe he was scrying. He was scrying, doing evil deeds. And then Gandalf was kind of like, enough, and he went whoosh, casted it down. The head split, falling. Excuse me. But that, at least in the movie, that doesn't look like Saruman's staff. Saruman's was like the white, right? It was like very regal, straight with like a white crystal. So maybe Saruman stole Gandalf's staff. And then Gandalf was like, screw you, buddy. You can't have my staff. And just like, dow, destroyed it. I'm gonna say that's what happened. Globes of magic. What the hell? Gollum's bite. It was pity that stayed Bilbo's hand. Do not be too eager to deal out death and judgment. Gollum has some part to play yet before the end, Gandalf said to Frodo. So this is Gollum's bite. Target creature gets -2 until end of turn. You pay an exile Gollum's bite from your graveyard toast. I don't know, that's fine, I guess. That's fine, I guess. What's going on in his mouth, though? That the first thing I thought of is like he's biting on a magic 8-ball. Or just like an 8-ball in pool. Do you see that? It's like a black thing with a bit of white. What else could it be? What else could it possibly be? Again, I'm not a huge fan of how they made Gollum look. I mean, it's not bad, but it, like it just looks kind of like, I don't know, dumb, like not intelligent, I don't know. If anything, like he looks like a human, but he was a hobbit that sort of lost control. And it looks like he's on Mount Doom. You have the fires behind him. I don't know what this is. This is like a shadow, like a ghost. Like you can see the fist there. Oh, and you can see like the hand either punching Gollum or like holding him, or maybe Gollum's biting the ghost hand. Why is the ghost hand in his mouth? It's like the legs. I'm looking at it like, most of the times I look at these cards through the camera because I gotta see what I'm showing you guys. Yeah, that's definitely it. We have a few more left, and then I'm gonna close the door, so we'll get to no more cars coming through. Rangers Firebrand. Keep close to the fire with your faces outward. Get some of the longer sticks ready in your hands. Strider says that. With your faces outward. Get some of the longer sticks ready. I don't know, it's like the forest is living, or vines or something. It's like coming to get them. And those are supposed to be hobbits. They also made the hobbits look weird. If you watched the last one, this is one of the Merry Pippin or Sam from the shortcut to mushrooms. They just look like kids. They don't look like hobbits. They look like kids. It's just like a dad with his two kids out, but apparently they're supposed to be hobbits. So this father is with his two boys, and they're being attacked by like the forest is shifting and coming after them. And you know, we're killing it with fire. Strider or Aragorn is throwing the stick. There's some creaking in the floor from upstairs. Keep it down, please. I'm doing ASMR. They don't care. So Ranger's Firebrand deals 2 damage to any target. The ring tempts you. Alright. Ooh, we like this. We like, I don't know, the full art cards. Rosie Cotton of South Lane. Halfling Peasant. When Rosie Cotton of South Lane enters that battlefield, create a food token. Whenever you create a token, put +1/+1 counter on target creature you control, other than Rosie. It's like, I don't know, again, I haven't really read the books, past, like, I think I read the first one, but, like, I don't remember anything. Like, I'm sure she was a real person, but, like, no, maybe you don't want to hear me complain, but it's just like, in Baldur's Gate, I can, or, like, I'm saying Baldur's Gate, I don't know, in other worlds I can believe, but it's like, I don't know, they have no choice, right? They gotta make cards. So it's like they'll take a random character and just like, oh, she's like a hobbit, like she's fighting with a frying pan, and like clearly being overpowered by someone like grabbing her wrist. So it's kind of like, why am legendary creature? Why am I to believe like that she's, you know, legendary? What makes her legendary? You know, she's just a halfling peasant, you know. Maybe there's like a peasant deck, which would be kind of cool, I guess. All the peasants rising up. I forget, I think you can have multiple uncommons in a deck. But maybe not multiple legendary creatures. But even so, I like the commander format with 1 creature per deck. But the art is well done, albeit a bit disturbing. But I mean, we've seen worse. So again, she doesn't look like a halfling though. She looks like a human. Like, I know we can't tell her stature, but I don't know. In other games and stuff like that, they have a certain look, halflings, and this is just like a human. I don't know why that frustrates me so much, but oh, you heard that little beep beep. We gotta hurry up. She's got nice armor, like nice leather gloves, like that's like fur, like a fur cloak, like a wolf's fur cloak. Looks like a cuirass with some sort of insignia on it, yet she fights with a frying pan, or a pan, not really a frying pan, maybe. But interesting card for sure. It is nice art, but We got Aragorn, company leader. He is our gold card. Oh, he's not too expensive either. Another full art card. Whenever the ring tempts you, if you chose a creature other than Aragorn, company leader, as your ring bearer, put your choice of a counter from among First Strike, Vigilance, Death Touch, Lifelink on Aragorn. I'm a bit confused because there are multiple Aragorn cards. Whenever you put one or more of those counters on Aragorn, put one of each of those kinds. One of each of those kinds of counters on up to one other target creature. One of each of those kinds. I would have had to look up what that specifically means. So I put a vigilance, no, I put a first strike counter on Aragorn. So I put it on him, so I put one of each of those kinds. Each of what kinds? A first strike, one of first strike. On up to one other target creature. Maybe that's all it means. If that's what it means, I would have worded it differently though. I would have said, whenever you put one or more counters on Aragorn, put one of the same type on another creature you control. You see? So maybe it doesn't mean what I thought, because they worded it very differently. Maybe it means one of each of these kinds. Anyway, seems like a pretty good card. Seems like a pretty good card. So we got a classic Aragorn. He's got a bow. Looks like it's made out of a giant bone with some arrows. Some sword. It looks like a dwarven sword, actually. The crystal. Maybe it glows when orcs are near. He's wearing his ranger's clothes, so he's kind of like an evasion build. Don't get hit. Be mobile. He's got the clasp on his cloak. He looks less well armored than this halfling peasant. He's better armed, but less well armored. Whoa, we got another gold card. I don't know if that's normal. I don't know how that works. Born upon wind. Looks like they're on a boat. Instant. You may cast spells this turn as though they had flash. Draw a card. Okay. I assume that's good somehow. I looked on Aragorn and thought how great and terrible a lord he might have become had he taken the ring for himself. Not for naught does Mordor fear him. Legolas. Confusing a little bit. I mean, I get what it means, but so it's born upon wind, so it's like they're on a boat. And we have our boy Gimli here, flipping an orc or a mercenary or a bandit overboard into the water, sploosh. across the swamps. A place where there's not big waves. Because it's like very like aerodynamic and not like, water can go through. It's got like an intricate drake at the end, but like the mouth is like wide open, the jaw is extended down. Kind of like messed up. I guess that's like a sail up top. But then again, it's got like an elven banner on the boat. Weird. It's like, I don't know, it was commandeered. Maybe it was an old elven vessel that was stolen. Who knows? Who knows? Cool looking boat. I'd like to see the whole thing though. We're on the last card, so this should be our foil. Yeah, but that was cool. We got two golds. I guess each pack has two of like full arts, and it was just by chance that one of my full arts was a gold, and then it was like my gold, which was just like a gold. My gold was a gold. Bag and border. So bag end is I don't know if that's like it's in the Hobbit, it's in the Shire, but I don't know if that's the road or that was the name of Bilbo's house. Why is he breaking stuff? Creature dwarf, whenever bag end porter attacks, it gets +X until end of turn, where X is the number of legendary creatures you control. Dwarves' tongues run on when speaking of their handiwork. Is that how you spell handiwork? I thought it was Handy. They say, Gloin, Gloin, Gloin. Did a dwarf build this? I don't think so. What's that? Is that just like something outside, or is it on him? Porter. A porter is what? Like a delivery guy? It's definitely a hobbit's house. That's the door. The classic round door. Looks like he's bringing in a rug. He's got a nice braided beard, shaved head. Got little pictures, a nice bay window. That's the next room there. You can see another window. Got like a basket with some lettuce, some onions, more baskets under there. Nice little cozy house. Those like cheese wheels wrapped up. They'd be in the cold room, right? You can't leave cheese hanging out. The use of shinies. I mean, it's okay. Like, the window is done. Shiny. But overall, not too impressive. Alright. I'm gonna shut that door for us. And then we're gonna pick our winner. And I won't pause you, so you can hear it shut. I wonder if you guys heard all my body crack. Ooh, I'm gonna have to do stretching after this. My lower back has been being a bit of a problem, a nuisance. Alright. Let's sit down and try to get real close. That should be good. That should be good. Alright. How did we do it last time? We picked 2 winners, I believe, yeah. see. I didn't care for that one. Didn't care for that one. Good. Good. We're separating them into two piles. Preliminary. Yeah. Don't care. Gross. That was so simple. I mean, it has vibes. Just because we covered like a card previously doesn't mean, and unfortunately these two can't win, but I think this would have actually probably won, but put it to the side. So, just because we covered a card previously doesn't mean it can't win in another pack. So, when we pick our winners, it's usually about like the vibe of the card, the colors, and also we take into consideration like, could this be like hung up as a legitimate piece of art in your house? So this has good vibes. This has good color. This has good theme, I guess. This is good art. And this has good vibes. So I think, I don't know, this is gone. It's well done, but like, I don't know. Like this has, I like the colors, like the color theme is really good, but is it too simple? Is it too simple? Once again, the competition isn't too stiff. It's more like we have to make the best out of what like subpar art that we got, kind of thing. Like, I don't know. It's too vague, I guess. I don't know. It's not like. Actually, I could see this being in a house and being like a conversation topic. Even this could be. To be honest, it's too simple. It doesn't like tell enough of a story. But like it's the whole thing with these cards, right? The borderless ones is if you collect all the set, it tells a story. So like you could do like this. Like these are clearly not from the same set, but they're from the same set. Like the picture would continue on. I don't know. Not a huge fan of that. Company lead. This one again is good art. I like that art. We're sort of down to our top three. And if you like the artwork and stuff, I encourage you to watch the Battle for Baldur's Gate ones. Or even the Strixhaven ones. In the Strixhaven ones, I don't think I picked the top card, but I think I really like the art. I actually tried, to get a collector's booster for Lord of the Rings, but they were all sold out. But maybe it's for the best. I mean, I'm gonna do this quick. We're already at an hour, and we are gonna do another pack. Let's face it, they're good. They're not great, they're good. But this full out art is like much more artistic and well done. However, with the sort of look of like struggle and someone like gripping her so she's clearly in battle, I would not be like putting this on my wall. But unfortunately, we have to make do with what we got. Also, it's like, I don't know, she's got a pot, dude. Come on. But this is our This is our winner. I started doing sort of like a story time with them, but since we're doing 2 packs today, I'll do only 1 story time with the best one. So this is our winner from that pack. And here we are with our next one. Okay, see, it wasn't the same card, but this is a foil. This is a plains card, I guess. The plains would be right here. Oh, like that's not water, right? Next, we got Ithilien Kingfisher. It's a bird flying. When an Ithilien Kingfisher dies, draw a card. After their reunion, the hobbits spent many days in Ithilien. The stream that flowed from the falls of Henneth Anun could be heard in the night as it rushed down through its rocky gate. I guess it's one of the elven cities. So we got a beautiful looking bird with the purple colors. And look at that little guy, look at that little fishy. You can see his little eye. And he's just getting napped up. That looks like a tasty, tasty treat. The splash in the water and the water droplets flying off his wing and flying off the fish. Not a bad card, not a bad card. Merc woodbats. I'm trying to get to focus, there we go. 3, flying. Whenever you create or sacrifice a token, each opponent loses 1 life. I can see how this could be good. The enemy has many spies and many ways of hearing, says Gandalf. Again, a lot of the problems with these cards is they focus too much on, like, this is what it is, and they don't really care about anything in the background. But, I mean, maybe some people really like that. I mean, it looks like a very buff bat, very sharp fangs, ears, capable of hearing. Usually, what does it says? Many spies. Okay, hearing, yeah, because usually bats, they don't see. I don't know if there exists a bat that can. Well, bats do have eyes, I guess. I mean, maybe I'm sounding like a fool here, but I know they use sonar, sort of, at night. But they do have eyes. Anyway. A little bit of their tail and very sharp, very buff talons. I wonder what size they are compared to a human. See, I like this art better than that. Like, yeah, it's a bat. That's all it is, but this is a spider, but also, anyway. Mirkwood spider, only 1 green. Ooh. Death touch. Whenever Mirkwood spider attacks, target legendary creature you control gains death Far and wide she loves lesser broods, spread from glen to glen, to Dol Gudar, and the fastnesses of Mirkwood. Is that a word? Isn't it fastnesses? Like fastnesses. Maybe I'm learning new stuff every day. But yeah, I like this. So we got like the forest all around with the web, some leaves here. Look, that's a little spider right there, a spiderling, I'm telling you. That's another spiderling. That's another spiderling there. That's another spiderling there. Oh my god, another spiderling there. A tiny, tiny one there. Oh, one there. Oh, there's one there. There's little spiders everywhere, man. Also little babies. One there, one there, one there. Gross. Burn them all. Clearly this one's been hunted before. You see arrows. Or maybe after the battle, the spiders moved in and consumed the corpses, laid their eggs inside, and then right in the center, framed by these knotted, twisted woods, we have a gross looking spider. Ew. Nice pattern on it. And based on the size of an arrow, yeah, pretty big, but definitely not as big as a Shelob. And it's, as you can see, Shelob's lesser broods. Bitter downfall. That's Boromir. Oh yeah, they made him look weird, eh? This spell costs 3 less to cast if it targets a creature that was dealt damage. Destroy target creature. Its controller loses 2 life. I tried to take the ring from Frodo. I am sorry. I have pain. Boromir. I guess this is when he was fighting orcs. His sword is broken. He's got arrows in him. One in his back even. But he bought enough time for their escape. It was definitely a good scene in the movie. Nice hue in the background. They made him look, do you guys know, I don't know if his name is, what is his name? It's a hero in Dota. He's like the wolf guy. Lycan. He has the same, like, sideburns as the Lycan. It was a two-handed sword, you can tell by the way. Well, he's holding it in a two-handed stance. A nice, regal, elven cloak is my guess, because of the bright colors. Fiery and... Oh, we found the one ring! Oh my god, we found the one ring, guys. Mom! I'm gonna buy you... What? That's not it? What do you mean that's not it? But I already loaded my credit card up. Oh no. I'm suing Magic. Fiery inscription. When fiery inscription enters a battlefield, the ring tempts you. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, the spell Fiery Inscription deals 2 damage. Каждый сектор баталу, каждый сектор батул, каждый сектор каталог, акбурскин ищи кримбатул. You just got cursed. All the bread in your fridge is now moldy. Get wrecked. That's what that does. Joke's on you, I have to buy more bagels. I just finished my last one the other day, so I'm safe. Yeah, so the ring is just sitting there in the hot coals and the fiery inscription, I guess, it's heat activated. Or maybe it just finished being inscribed, because you can only inscribe it when it's hot. Always cool, that sort of elvish writing. Ooh, see, I like that. The white hand. Ooh, look of the white hand. Black and red. I am Ugluk. I command. I return to Isengard by the shortest road. That shows that he fears no one. He fears no town. No. Sometimes you take detours to go around danger, but he goes by the shortest road. Whenever another creature you control dies, put a +1/+1 counter on Ugluk of the right hand. If that creature was a goblin or orc, put 2 +1/+1 counters on Ugluk instead. I like it, it's simple. It makes sense. He's leads, an army, and he just gets more and more powerful. And he's like a well-fed orc, a hardy orc. He's not one of those skinny, fast ones. He's real steadfast, undying stamina. Look at that grip on his hand. You can imagine that, gripping you by the throat. You're done for. It's a long sword. He probably wields that in one hand. Behind him, you see a bit of his arm. Look at that guy. Ooh, look at that guy. Look at that one. Look at that one. Look at this one. Look at that one. Look at that one. Look at these. Look at this. Pikes and spears. It's interesting. I don't know if it could have been done better. I would have liked to see a bit more color in the background. Just a bit. I know it was to make him stand out more, but just a little bit. But still very, very cool. Oh, this has got to be... I didn't see it yet, the rarity of this card. I don't know if it showed on camera, but it's gotta be a gold or a legendary. It has to be. Look how well it's done. It's the Mouths of Sauron. Yo, blue and black. I'm covering it. Legendary creature. Oh, is that a spoiler? There. Does that mean it's... What? How is this silver? What the heck? What the blazes? The art's too good. Great art, great art. So he's the Mouth of Sauron. He gives orders for him. When the Mouth of Sauron enters the battlefield, target player mills 3 cards. Ooh, cool. Then amass X Orcs X, where X is the number of instant and sorcery cards in that player's graveyard. X plus 1. Excuse me. Excuse me. Hopefully no one gets triggered by that. In my family, burps were not frowned upon. I mean, assuming you didn't purposely try to belt it out, which I didn't. So yeah, like the skies are all red and dark, and I'm not sure. Oh, that's a banner. That's a banner he's holding, and it's like an old, like, pale human with like an intricate helm and like armor and a dark cape, and he's riding on like some sort of like a zombie horse with red eyes. And he's like, I guess the rest of him is black, but I guess it's not armored. And he's just standing there like regally, intensely. And I guess maybe they're inside the walls, the way that it's curving. It makes me think that they're inside the city. And then, yeah, he's got the other orcs, the orc army, around him. Much to the flavor of the card. You know, amassing an army. I guess why it's not a gold, it's because the effect only happens once. The effect only happens once. We like it though. I like it. What do we got? We got 4 left. 4 left. Oh, see, this was the guy that Rohan. Again, I'm purposely covering the rarity. This is the guy that this thing always gives it away in the bottom. I was like, okay, why hide it? I clearly saw that it was silver. This is the guy that Wormtongue was fucking with. Messing with. Theoden, King of Rohan. Human noble. Whenever Theoden, King of Rohan, or another human enters the battlefield under your control, target creature gains double strike till end of turn. So this is very good in a human deck. Very good. Double strike is very good. Dark. Have my dreams been of late, but I already feel new, awakened. I only fear that you have come too late, Gandalf. That needs to be older. Dark. Dark have my dreams been of late, but I feel new, awakened. I only fear that you have come too late, Gandalf. Is that okay? Oh, he's got like a Slayer necklace on. Slayer. It looks like one of those, you know, the metal band fonts. Smoke from like a brazier or fire around his throne. See, I honestly don't remember how this guy looked in the movie, but I feel like this is fair. This is like a good representation. The vibes are right. Sword. Not a bad card. So how did we say, like, this last one's a foil, right? I mean, one of these has to be like a double. This is like the guaranteed rare or legendary. This would be like, it has to be a full art, right? I think there has to be like one guaranteed full art. Maybe the other was a guaranteed legendary creature. Got 3. So it has to be some sort of full art. Let's see it. Yeah, full art. Ooh, Oliphant. See, this is just a comment, but it's a full art. Oliphant. I think we already Excuse me. Excuse me. I didn't do many. Maybe I should do one where cause I don't want this to be like a 2-hour video, so cause I'm opening 2 packs, but maybe if I do one, I'll do more card sounds. Cause I do like the crispness. I like those sounds. Yeah, this is just a basic card, but it is big and it's not bad if you can get it on the board right. Yeah, this is probably part of a bigger battle scene. It's hard to see what's going on down there. It's hard to see. It looks like grass, a rock, like wheat, I don't know, rocks. Looks like people swinging off of it, or maybe that's the little fortresses, the mounts. They are battle elephants. Yeah, there's not a whole lot to say with this art style. It's like a design, I guess, choice. So it's not super detailed, but that's that. Let's do the foil one first. Come on, big money, big money, big money, big money. Oh. It's Peregrine Took. That's Perry. Yo. Oh shit. Aw, damn, this whole video is demonetized. I'm covering it now, but I'm pretty sure the camera saw it. Yeah, we can't show this card. Damn, alright. Jokes. Feet. Oh my goodness, can you show feet on YouTube? What the hell? What the hell? Look at that. Look at that. Look at that foot. A foil foot. Gross. Hobbit feet. Gross. How can we only see like male hobbit feet? I want to see a woman's hobbit foot. What? I'm not weird. Stop. Stop it. No king shaming. So, okay, so what is this? This is just Peregrine Took, straight up. He's green. If one or more tokens would be created under your control, those tokens plus an additional food token are created instead. Sacrifice 3 food tokens, draw a card. So it goes along with that that other halfling thing, right? With she was about creating like a food token, and well, this has the food token too. So yeah, I can see a deck coming together with this, but well, yeah. Well, maybe with like multiple. You'd have to have a lot of more token support though. So he's saying, Sam, get breakfast ready for 9:30. Sam. 9:30, they're waking up late. We're already at about 8 o'clock here. 8 something. this already. You're late, Barry. See, this looks a little bit more like a hobbit. Like his proportions are like a little bit weird. Like the face, and sort of the torso, and the feet are good hobbit feet, and the hands are like kind of like weirdly like big. See, this is, I think, a lot better. Props to Campbell White. Props, Campbell White. The classic hobbit door. The grass, a nice like weeping willow tree. What are we eating this morning? We're eating like a ripped open couch cushion. I don't know what that is. That's his picnic. Bread with a bite out of it. Hey, you're eating without it. What is this, like wine, honey wine? Yo, I could go for some wine right now. Wait, that reminds me. I like had a dream that I was drinking a bunch of wine. What the heck was that about? Alright, focus, Ryan, but legit, I totally forgot about that, but I dreamt that. That's a plate, maybe it's like a pheasant, maybe it's that chicken, I don't know, that looks like another plate, something ripped off. Who knows? And yeah, this is the foil, so it's mostly the background here that's all foil. There's not much, a bit on his jacket. Again, it's an okay foil job, but it's not a super heroic card, right? Alright, so that was okay. Okay. What do we got here? What do we got now? Dawn of a New Age. Oh, is this an artifact? Whoa! Whoa! This is a legendary. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm trying to get that to flash. Yo. Dawn of a New Age, cost 2. Enchantment. Dawn of a New Age enters the battlefield with a hope counter on it for each creature you control. At the beginning of your end step, remove a hope counter from Dawn of a New Age. If you do, draw a card. Draw a card. At the beginning of your end step. Then, if Dawn of the New Age has no hope counters on it, sacrifice it and you gain 4 life. So it's not crazy, but at the same time, it's really, really solid card draw. So I can see maybe why it's prioritized as like a legendary. For some reason, I feel like the 4 life could have been increased to something like insane, like 10. But even that's not insane, right? But like I feel like that could have been vamped a lot more. Because a lot of legendaries are like crazy powerful, right? Like they'll wipe multiple creatures, or they'll give you like a win state. Whereas this does neither, right? It doesn't kill any creature, and it doesn't guarantee you a win state by any means. And it's not gonna like give you like a defensive like win condition either. Kind of thing, like some, I don't know, like it'll have something like you're indestructible or something, and then they have to destroy the enchantment in order to take the indestructible away. But like that 4 life isn't gonna save you if you're like overwhelmed. And like it doesn't, yeah, I don't know. Yes, it gives you card draw, but you have to have creatures on board to set up for that card draw, and card draw is important, but again, you have to have, I don't know, if you're behind, this isn't saving you. If you're ahead, it's kind of like a win more. I don't think this card is actually that good. I mean, the price is very reasonable, so it can be played, but like, what's the ideal scenario? You you have 3 creatures, so you draw an extra 3 cards. That's pretty huge, sure. But what if you don't draw land? What if you don't have that? And the 4 life is like, who gives a crap? I don't know. And it's not for all creatures on the battlefield either. Like, it's just yours. Not that great. It could have been gold, in my opinion. But that's just my 2 cents. That's just my 2 cents. So is this like the new king of the elves? I don't know what's going on here. It's like got the 2 trees, the black and the white. The black and the white, and like the tree sprouting, and it's like rose blossoms. I like the vibe of this. Like, this is pretty beautiful. Like the nice sort of like marbled cape. Marbled with like the black and the white. The crown. Alright, let's do it. So this is a good one. Did we care about this one? We didn't care about this one. Who's gonna have a hobbit on their walls? So I think that's where we're at for now. So now we've narrowed it down to this was actually a good pack for art. I like this one. This one has really good vibes. This one, I really like how they did the background. It's good, but there's just something that I don't really like about it. This one, we like that one. I like that one. This one, I don't know, we don't really care about it. And this one we like, so we managed to eliminate 2 more. So we have 4. So we have 4. Alright. Yeah, I'm not sure this is tricky. Are we giving this one too much benefit because of its legendary status? I don't know. It could be like a beautiful art piece on the wall, but it isn't super intricate. This one, I really like the rider, but the colors are a little bland around him. This one, we like the flavor, we like the vibes, but there's nothing going on about here. Wasted color. This one, very nice, but there's nothing that pops from it. There's no, like, I don't know, bit of red, bit of pink, bit of blue, bit of bright green, bit of, well, there's a bit of yellow. So those are all, I think I can eliminate the Mouth of Sauron. Also, it's like a blue card, but like, where's the blue? I don't know, you could have had like something blue in here. I don't know. It's weird because it's weird. Like, why couldn't one of these have been in my other pack? But that's the way it goes, right? That's the way it goes. It gives every card a fair chance, I suppose, because you never know what it will be paired against. And are we undervaluing this one because of its rarity? I don't want to pause it, but I don't want to make a wrong decision. So we have this one, the spiders with the spiderlings. Not much color. This one, we have contrast of like the red and the blue and the details of the faces. This one I like the pink. The pink really makes it pop. And the symmetrical, how it's all symmetrical, I really like that as well. But I don't think there's enough detail in this one. I'm sorry to say. This one is very well done, but I don't think it has a story, or well, I guess it does have a story, but like the flavor of the card, like Death Touch, and like, I don't know. This has, I guess, more personality, because spiders don't have personality. I think that's our winner. Beautiful. So let's get the other one in here. So these are our two champions. So we'll take a bit of time to look at everyone. That's a bit jarring, eh? So we have Rosie Cotton of South Lane. The art is very well done, very realistic. It definitely captures the emotion. So I guess after all, this wasn't a bad pick. We wouldn't hang it on our wall. But, you know, if a picture can evoke emotions, then that's really well done, am I right? Oh, we can't go any more forward because of that thing I said before. There's not much to see down there anyway. And then we have Oogluk of the White Hand. So, thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope to have this one out to you soon. And I will be catching you in the next one. Have an amazing day, night, evening, weekend, breakfast, supper, lunch, snack. And I really appreciate you hanging out with me in these videos. So I'll leave you with a little impromptu invented story, little RP, and yeah, we'll head out with that. So, your armies used to be nothing but a band of rabble, unorganized and uncivilized. Well, half of that remains the same. They are just as uncivilized as before, but their organization, under the command of Oogluk of the White Hand, has made them something to be feared. They used to travel in small bands, attacking outlying settlements and retreating afterwards. But now, Oogluk travels to and from Isengard by the shortest roads, marching right outside of great cities, taunting, wishing that anyone would come out and meet him. His followers, bloodthirsty, raging orcs and Urukai, want for just another taste of blood, of battle. And Oogluk is only too happy to oblige. and see